Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Singapore. My name is CM Punk. We are here for Tier 2 with my lovely co-host.
Babulas, welcome everybody.
And let's get this show on the road. Haven't been here for a while. I missed out on the US freaking Ace, so I'm still heartbroken about that. But we are here for the Singapore Grand Prix, which, in my opinion, was the best in real life 2023 Grand Prix. Let's see if this one is gonna live up to the expectations. And we'll see how is this going to go down. The qualifying session is just around the corner. We know that the qualifying session in Tier 2 so far has been one of the best, if not arguably the best in SLR this season, because we had multiple close battles. We had some good moments here in qualifying. So let's take a look who's going to shine tonight. We've got 19 drivers on the grid. We do have a championship to contenders. Luke, Christian, we got a lot of guys in here today from a substitution. I can see them for the first time, so it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to perform and who's going to be on top after 16 minutes of the qualifying as remaining. We're going to see who's going to be on provisional pole position. For now, the first person who's going to go for his lap seems to be a Haas driver, and let me take a look. Who is that?
Basco.
That is Basco. Yes, he is the first person who's going to try to make a hot lap in here in Singapore. Who do you think he's going to be in pole position? Because we know it could be Luke, it could be Christian, it could be anybody at this point. So, who do you think is going to be in pole?
It's a hard call because, as I said yesterday, in the third division, the track is very slippery. So, because it's an everyday road that basically the drivers are running on, it's very slippery and every mistake counts. So,
Yeah, exactly.
if we go by the book, okay, and by the book meaning that we know with the data that we have from the previous races, then we should expect Tunari, Betzels, and Gurla to be at the top 5, top 10, but we have some and Luke, of course. But we have some claimers. How can you? I forgot it in English.
Drivers. They are drivers. They are driving.
Drivers, for example, RCC Hudim. He's a Greek one. Of course, we don't forget the Dice with the Aston Martin. He may be his best race right now because he's not that fast of the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Haas with some Mistors.
Yeah, I can see that Basco has abandoned his lap because he has done some mistakes. So Basco is not going to make that lap count too much. Let's take a look at Vatsais, who is at the moment running in quick lap, but I'm not sure is he going to finish this one. Haas was a bit in the way. He used a bit of drag from him. Let's see, 1.4.8 after the second sector, the final sector. For the Aston Martin driver, he's going to be, for a quick while, on provisional pole position. This is going to be the first man to cross that, and that Ferrari shouldn't have been there, should it? I mean, definitely not a place to park there.
It's Gurla, but he went too slow.
Yeah, I mean, too slow. Like, he was in the way. He can be slow, but you can't impede the other drivers, and that was definitely not helping Aston Martin's driver. Hudim gets a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Luke GDI. Can we take a look at Luke? Did something happen with his car? Because I just read it out loud. Luke is coming in the pits. What on earth happened there? I haven't seen that. I was focusing on the Aston Martin. But I can see now that he gets a 5-place penalty. So, Christian is so far on provisional pole position with 128.5. Smelto is behind him with 129.5. Speedy just topped him with a very small margin for the provisional front row. Nyko P4, then Vatsais, Crystals, Tilde. Some drivers abandoned their first lap time. I can see that Sakinidis is running on his quick lap, so is Gurla. Also, we have our gamer on his quick lap, so a couple of fellas still on the track trying to make the best of their tires. Let's see what can they pull off. Gamer is about to finish second sector, 1.4.046. That is a good time. And Tunari goes P2 on mediums. That is a great time from a McLaren driver, but Gamer just set the fastest second sector, so this might be a provisional pole position contender. Let's see as he goes through the final sector. Those
Sakinidis has the best second sector right now.
Ooh. So we got a couple of spicy contenders joining us here tonight. Gamer goes P2, so he was just above 129, very close to 128, but not quite sure. He's half a second off from Christian. Let's take a look at...
Oh, invalidated! Oh my god!
The final lap.
The
But
final
it was
corner!
129.0. It would have been front row. He would have been P2 with that time. Unbelievably unlucky. Unlucky. Unbelievably close to being lucky, but he made a mistake, so this lap isn't going to count.
It was the last corner. It was the last corner.
Yeah, you have to feel bad for the guy. I mean, he would have been P2 easily because that was 10th of a second. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I know, faster than Gamers, so that would have been a great
on
lap.
the hot lap.
Yeah, let's take a look at Dice, the legend of the sport. 1.5.2 from him after second sector, so not too close to pole position, but let's not count him out just about yet. He's still got third sector to wrap up. Let's see how is he going to go for this one. Steep corners coming in, very close to the wall now. And the final corner, don't make a mistake in here, buddy. He does not. This lap time is going to be putting him up into P9, ahead of Tilde. So the half of the grid does have times set. The second half is about to begin working on these times. And Christian still untouched so far. Tunari looking good on these mediums because he does have third best time of the session so far on these mediums. We're still, of course, waiting for Luke to set his time after he got, I believe, run into, because how else would you get a 5 grid places penalty if not running into your enemy?
Roy is coming with at the final sector.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him on the
Pin 19.
scoreboards. There we go. Yeah. 1.4.5. Not the best, not the worst from the Red Bull driver. Let's take a look.
Very
He's
close.
going to go to the final corner. Yeah, very close to that wall indeed. And onto the main straight he goes. The Red Bull drivers goes P6.
Not
That's
bad.
a good time. That's not that bad. Yeah, not bad. Gonna see where he's gonna go. Dice! Retired from the session! How could this have happened? No! I can't believe it. I can't believe it was Dice. Of all people, of 19 fellas on the grid, it has to be Dice. It's impossible. Anyway, we are
You see the debris right now?
Yeah. Trying to take a look at Luke, who is still on his out lap, but he's about to begin his quick lap in a minute, so we're gonna have to take a look at him in a while. Hudim is starting his quick lap right now. I can see Zoom on a quick lap, so a couple of fellas working on their lap times at the moment. Let's take a look where they're gonna go. Zoom is about to finish his first sector, 26.9, not that bad. Luke is coming into sector 3 of his out lap, so we get a couple of spare moments with 9 minutes left to go. Got some yellow flags in the back. I did notice that Tunari has set time on softs, but it's not too much of an improvement. He's still P3, didn't move a position up or down. So Tunari still needs to work a bit on this time, but there's still potential in that McLaren, so we're gonna our eyes open. What have you seen, my friend?
Zoom very, very close to the wall.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a look at the Zoom right now.
I got scared, mate.
Ooh! Yeah, but look at this yellow second purple. That's quite good from Zoom. I mean, that's tremendously good, but is he gonna keep it up through third sector? That's the question you want to know the answer to. Williams could be a black horse here tonight, literally, as he goes through the final.
You have to debuggers coming in from behind.
And there goes Zoomer. Is he gonna go P4? Very good time from Williams, 129.4. That is very close to provisional front row. That is a great time for Williams.
And Godimagos goes P9.
Yeah, and I can see that Luke is just about to be done with his first sector. Now let's take a look. How is he going to go through second sector? He is quick, but he's going to have a Mercedes ahead of him. He could be having some flashbacks to that Ferrari. Thankfully, that Mercedes is on a hot lap, so he doesn't have to worry about it. But there are some Alpines ahead of him in sector 3, not going too fast. I did so just a blink of purple for Luke. Perhaps he was just stolen away from him, so he was definitely going quick. Mercedes does let him through, so let's take a look at where Luke is gonna go. The championship leader, sitting at P19 at the moment, obviously with no time set. Is he gonna challenge for pole? position against Christian as he crosses the finish line. He does go on provisional pole position with 128.1. That is 0.4
Very
and
large
450
gap. Very
faster
large
than
gap.
Christian. Wow. Yeah, the gap is comfortable. But let's not count out Christian just about yet. He's still got something in him, I'm sure of that. 7 minutes left to go. And I can see he's trying to improve. He's not really improving after Sector 1, but he's also not too far away. So let's give this guy 2 more sectors, and let's see what he can pull off. In the meantime, trying to look at some position swaps. Cruiser got up into P4 ahead of Tunari. Zoom got down to P6. Watt size is now P7. Speedy goes down to P8. We got Roy at P10, so that's the biggest changes. Hudim went P13. Tilde and Gurla are still P15 and 16. Riyad Yamakovic about to make his lap count. Sakinidis is still working on his quick lap, and so is
for
Christian. Yeah, very quick Christian. I can see Tugay just joined the lobby, so perhaps we're going to have 20 drivers for the race. Would be awesome here in Singapore. And now let's focus on Christian, who's about to wrap up his final sector of this lap. Very good second sector. This might be pole position. There was a bit of slip up on that Alpine, but this doesn't have to ruin the lap itself. Let's take a look. And Christian does not go pole position, but that is a great improvement. 128.2, comfortable for provisional front row. And we can see Sakinidis now makes his time worth with 128.8. He does go P3, one of 3 drivers who went below 129, and only alongside 2 championship contenders. Great time from Alfa Romeo driver. So the only person who still hasn't set time in this session is Riyad Yamakovic in Williams, and he will most likely not finish this time. He wasted his lap. He's going to have to go one more time with 5 minutes only left to go in this session. So let's take a look at what's going to happen. Danny says he expects the pole to be 127. I mean, Luke is just a small improvement away from 127, so this is very realistic scenario. We're going to monitorize that. So let's take a look. I can see Gamer on a quick lap, I believe. No, he is on an out lap. So
left the session.
Yeah, Gurla has left the session. I don't know what's about that. Tugay is joining and leaving constantly. Roy has left, but Roy has crashed. This is not a quit. Roy has DNF. If you take a look at Sakinidis real quick, we can see where it happened. He must have done on the pit entry. Somewhere alongside pit entry, Roy has DNF'd. So Red Bull driver will not improve anymore. He's at P5 at the moment. Gurla has returned.
Like I said yesterday, my worst pit entry in the calendar.
You don't like it so much, do you?
No. I have DNF like that plenty of times.
Mm-hmm. I think China is worse for me personally.
Yes, Ocean, please. What do you need? Ocean Chief made a very cold joke yesterday. Good thing you missed it.
What do you mean, good thing? Is he being mean to me?
No. It's a good thing that you didn't listen to the joke.
Okay.
You are safer now. It was not a good joke, Ocean. Please. My hair are still falling from yesterday.
So was that bad?
Yes, mate.
Wow.
I can't remember it. I am remembering right now, but I don't want to repeat it.
Okay. I can see Tugay has joined the qualifying session with 3 minutes to go. I'm not sure is he gonna head out to the track or is he gonna stay in. So Luke GDI still in the pits. Christian, I can see him now.
Is on a hot lap.
Going out. Michael's on the hot lap. Okay, so let's take a look at the McLaren of Nico. He's coming in, so most likely not improvement. Who else is on a hot lap? Riyad Yamakovic is on a... can't tell. I think it's in laps, so not many drivers. Tugay is on the track. Okay, so Tugay is gonna challenge. We know that this guy does have a pace from time to time, to say the least. So
he's followed by a Ferrari, yeah?
Yeah, so definitely there could be still a lot of shenanigans happening in the top 4. Gamer has now gone P3. I didn't notice that in the beginning because I was worrying about Roy. Now I can see that Gamer is up into P3, the 4th man of the 4th Apocalypse horsemen who have joined the legendary group of people who went underneath 129, and it's now Gamer at provisional Free, but still not close enough for front row or even
No,
pole
no,
position.
it was about an effect. Do you remember now? He's trying to remember the joke he made yesterday.
If it's so bad, don't make him remember it. Come on. You're playing against yourself, mate. Okay. Let him think about the joke. We got 2 minutes left in the qualifying session, and now 2 possible provisional pole positions drivers, pole position sitters, are on a outlap. Luke and Christian. So it's between them basically at this point, 50-50. Maybe we're gonna have some heroes out of nowhere, but for now it's between those two.
I
Who do you
will
think
not
it's gonna
write
be?
off Taj again.
I'm not writing him off, but from the data we have so far, those guys seems like the most comfortable pick for pole position. And in between those guys, who would you go for pole position? Luke, Christian, or maybe Tuge, like you mentioned?
I have Tuge is pitting.
Tuge is pitting. Okay. So maybe he has like a quali ban? I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
If he had a
Anyway.
quali ban, he wouldn't come out.
Maybe he did it for shits and giggles. I don't know. So, you can see Christian is entering his quick lap, the final one of the session with 1 minute to go. So let's see. Christian, Luke, or perhaps someone else onto the pole position. Luke is now beginning his quick lap. Christian is improving after first sector. That is a purple sector. Now I'm going to switch to Luke to see if he can top that. I'm very curious about who's going to go on pole position. That is a very small margin in between the AlphaTauri and the Alpine. Those two have been giving us some quite entertainment this season. Let's see if they're going to live up to the challenge here tonight in Singapore. First sector of Luke is about to be done, and he's going to go even faster. Oh, he goes only 1,000 faster from himself, but not faster than Christian. So Christian might pick it up. Second sector for the Alpine driver. I'm going to try to take a look. What time is this going to be for Christian? He does improve, not that much, but it's still an improvement. Not enough to go for pole position, but the last sector is still up for grab for him.
We
Trying
have
to switch to Luke now.
yellow sector 2, sector 3.
Yeah, something's going on there. Luke
It's a
is trying
Ferrari.
to complete sector 2. Ferrari, we know that Ferrari likes to impede AlphaTauri, but let's see if it's going to happen this time. Luke,
It's
after second
crystals.
sector, ooh, he goes purple. It's 0.59 of improvement. So, Christian, he's going to have to throw everything into this final sector, and it's not going to be enough. It was very close, but now Luke still has opportunity to improve himself. Doesn't really need to, but of course he can. Luke, after the final corner, is he going to remain in his pole position? Most likely. Is he going to improve? Yes, he does. 128.02, not 127, but close enough still. Let's not lose our focus. Gamer is on a hot lap. So is Sachinidis. All of these guys are still fighting for front rows and everything. Ooh, Gamer had a bit of a slip up coming out of the corner, entering out of sector 2, entering sector 3. So Gamer, he's not really going to be onto front row, I believe. I'm going to have to say he's going to go for P3. Sachinidis finishes. Tunari! Tunari out of nowhere! There he is! 127.9! Where has he found that? McLaren on pole position! Wow! There it is, the black horse of the race. At least for the qualifying session. Tunari, 127.998. Congratulations to the McLaren as he does go fastest. From nowhere, where was he? Like 10th? 12th? I haven't even realized. Wow! Tunari coming completely out of nowhere to pick up that pole position. Luke on the front row, Christian P3. Wow! Have you saw that coming? I mean, completely caught me off guard. Completely caught me off guard. Wow! Mad respect for Tunari. Oh, look at the difference. Look at the difference between Tunari and Luke. Wow! That is incredible. So, we do have Tunari, pole position, Luke front row. Important news, Hudim is P10, but he will be set back 5 places after the penalty will be applied, so he's going to be starting from P15. That means Zoom is going to be in top 10, and the rest of the boys will move up 1 position as well. So, the qualifying session in Tier 2 never fails to entertain us, never fails to deliver. Now, let's see if the race is going to do the same thing here in Singapore. I have my hopes high up.
I'm hoping for a wet race, you know that. But I will keep an eye on Dice. He's on P17 after his DNF.
Yeah.
I know it's your favorite driver.
Easily. I mean, how can you not love the guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So,
Dry race,
Singapore.
says Ocean.
Yeah, I mean, no rain. You right? Because I thought I heard something different.
By the
But
way, can you check if we have safety car on?
yeah, that is true because if we would have safety car off,
Before the game
I cannot.
starts. Before the game there
At
starts.
this point, it's too late, my friends. Like, come
No,
on,
no, no, it's
you
not
can't be.
late. We can restart the lobby.
No,
But
nah, come on.
can you check
Let's
it
not
out?
do that. Let's not do that. Come on. Bring out the carnage. We're ready. We don't need no safety car.
Come on, please check it out.
Come on. How can you be so demanding of rain, but you want the safety car?
Because you expect different strategies all the time.
Oh, come on. The strategies are important, but
Okay,
this
Ocean
guy.
will tell us. Ocean will tell us if the safety car option is on.
Okay,
If he
as we
hears
wait for
us
that.
and not doing concertina thingies.
Maybe he's thinking about another glorious joke. Leave him alone.
Yes, do we
Anyway,
have safety car in the lobby? Our safety car is on, okay.
okay.
And we have
Um,
formation lab today.
okay, we do have a formation lap. We didn't have that last time. I don't know. Wasn't
Yesterday,
here,
no.
so okay. Maybe tier 2 drivers are elite enough to do, and I can see some interesting facts. We have a lot of hard compound, except for Gamer, Roy, so the Red Bull boys, and Nico. These guys went for mediums, and Zoom is the only driver on softs. So what do you think the strategy for this race is? Hards, mediums, medium hards, soft hards?
Look, everything says the logical thing to do is go for the one stop, okay? But I'm not that kind of driver that reserves the tires to the full extent, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're
So
talking about.
I would probably go for the two stop, for example, medium, medium, soft. That
Ooh,
would give
okay.
me an advantage in the long term, okay? Because I
Yeah.
would have the faster compound, okay? I
Hmm.
would have less tire degradation,
And then
but
the safety car comes out, and it's nothing
and
for
that
you.
the safety car comes out, and you say,
And
"Hey,
it's all going into the
hey,
garbage. Yeah. So, uh, Damien is probably
no,
right.
Michael,
He's must be
no,
betting on.
no." Ocean,
Damien is right.
Ocean
Zoom must be betting on
is
softs. On
crying
safety
over
cars.
here.
What do you mean?
Bob says it's a Ferrari strategy. That's what he says.
Ferrari and the strategy are the two wars that don't go
Listen,
along each
Ocean,
other
I
very well.
have proven myself about the strategies. Okay, I have proven myself. So, I say nothing more. Since in one race you have at least one or two safety cars, you can't go one stop. Okay, let's
We're
start
gonna
with
see about
that.
that. Yeah. As we line up on the grids, Tunari is entering as the race leader. He's gonna start from pole position. Is he gonna lead into turn 1? He's got the championship leader alongside him from the inside. Luke could do a bit of Max Verstappening, but does he want to do that? He's not known for those risky actions. He's more of a calm, collected guy who waits for his prey to come into his own palms. But let's see if this time it's gonna be the same thing. Crystals fails to properly line up on the grid, and I think he's the only one to do so this time. As the lights are getting ready, slowly but surely, preparing to get to racing. Here we go, Singapore Grand Prix, Tier 2, SLR. The lights are green, and can Tunari survive into turn 1? Luke is gonna try to get onto the inside. They're close together. Luke does go to the inside, but Tunari, he seems to be leading still. Yes, he does. Survives the first corner and the second one as well. The McLaren is still in the lead. Now Christian trying to get around the outside. He doesn't have too much space. Yellow flag in the back. Nico does go off, and he's down to P20. Other than that, we have pretty safe start. I was about to say we've lost
He
Aston
spun,
Martin in the
Nego
back.
spun. I don't know if he has
Yeah.
a damage.
Watt size is also gone, but let's take a look at P2 because there's some fights. Christian tried to go for a move, he failed to, and then he had to defeat from Gamer. He's so far safe now. Red Bull boys are swapping places because Roy just overtook Gamer. A bit of gambling from the Red Bulls as they hit each other.
Why they are not talking in the chat? Come on, guys!
They are not cooperating at all, and this is good for the Alfa
You're
Romeo
in the
drivers.
same team. Jesus Christ.
Sakhinidis does go up into P5, so that was a great situation for him, as the race leader Tunari has already dropped to P2. Now Luke is leading the race. We missed it because of the Red Bull shenanigans, but Luke is already leading the Grand Prix. Tunari follows him through. So does Christian and Roy. Gamer is trying to make a move on Sakhinidis. Gamer is on mediums, so he's gonna have to make it quick. Before these tires get used up. He's going to have to do it as soon as possible for him. Zoom really hasn't gained any positions so far on these softs. He's still sitting at P10 after lap 1, so it's not the best for him, but he's going to have a couple of laps before these softs get used up. So, pretty safe start, I'll have to say. No crashes too much.
Is on P18. I don't know, Dodge made a mistake or something. And he lost the place?
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps because he got 2 seconds slower in this lap, so he must have done some kind of mistake. I can see that Gamer's really struggling to pass Sakhinidis at this moment. There seems to be very close to each other, but not too much overtaking. I'm trying to take a look at who is racing against each other. I can see Zoom is trying to make some positions. Gamer is trying to make some moves, perhaps Roy, but for now, we don't have too many overtakes. It's pretty difficult to overtake.
No, we have a lot of overtakes because your favorite driver, Dice, is up to P13.
I mean, of course, but it's so obvious that we don't even have to mention it. Come on, we know Dice is going for that win. We know he's P13 for now, but he started 18th, already P13, so at this pace, this guy's gonna be leading after, like, what, 5 laps, so let him cook. I can see Mercedes overtaking each other. Speedy got ahead of Run Cruiser. He did it pretty clean, so doesn't seem like they want to give each other position, but for now, Speedy is ahead of Cruiser, and trying to take a look at some guys who are close to each other. I can see Zoom on the back of Cruiser, but not too many overtaking opportunities so far. We have yellow flags in the back. That was caused by Tilde, who was going all the way to the bottom. He must have something must have happened to him. I haven't seen, was that a mistake by himself or something else?
His round wing.
Yeah, so he must have hit the wall. It's very easy to do that here in Singapore. It's very close to walls all around the place. We got DRS enabled. I can see Cruiser just behind Speedy, and you have to wonder what's gonna happen between the Mercedes boys. They're gonna fight each other. They're gonna wait and just let each other race. We're gonna see what's gonna happen between those two. For now, not too many moves between themselves. Zoom doesn't use those softs as much as he could have been. I can see that now Run Cruiser is going to win position back against his teammate. They don't seem to be giving each other positions, but they don't seem to be too harsh on each other, so it's definitely better than what Red Bull was doing a couple of laps ago. We do remember that quite well. So, we're still waiting for some moves to be done because Singapore, it's pretty difficult. We're trying to keep our eyes open. We have a pretty big snake coming in from P1 all the way down to P7, and then the second snake begins from P8, and it does go down all the way to P13. So close racing in the midfield and in the front, but not too many overtakes for now. The front guys seems to be working together for now. They seem to be just following each other trails, not too many risky attempts. Roy, he's on the mediums, so he may be trying to get ahead of Christian
but Roy is on a disadvantage to the Alfa Romeo behind him. Sakhinidis, because Sakhinidis is on 90% ERS and Roy has only 25.
Yeah, and I see some overtakes in the back. We can see Riyad Yamakovic fighting Ferraris, and he just overtook one, but now the Ferrari goes off the track. That was Crystals, and he's going to have to get that position back to the Williams, which he does right now. Riyad Yamakovic is back into P14. We have yellow flags in the back, again caused by Nico, who has made a mistake by himself again. In the back, unfortunately. I can see that Basco is getting closer on Zoom. While he does have a tail of his own, Zoom is not the quickest fella on these tires right now, despite the fact he technically should be. So he's going to be in a lot of trouble right now because Basco seems to be getting it done. Yes, he does, onto the inside. And Basco does go up into P10, and safety car is deployed, despite the fact we have no DNF. What could have possibly caused that? I don't see position swaps. What happened? What happened?
Check for front wing damage.
I see Ferrari with no front wing, so this must be explaining a
Crystallis?
little mystery.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
with crystals.
Crystallis.
So I guess the mystery is solved because Ferrari is lacking a front wing, and we are having a full safety car deployed. And now the question is, what do you do so early in the race with a safety car? Do you come into the pits?
You do nothing.
Yeah, at this point, unless you have softs, but again, it's pretty risky for Zoom, so the only person who could pit right now is technically Zoom, but I don't think he's gonna do it. At least, in my opinion, he shouldn't. So, 4 laps in, first safety car of the day. We're gonna see how is this gonna be so far, and I can see Luke was trying to lure some guys into the pit stops, and you were wrong, because Tunari is coming in the pits, so it's not like everybody's not gonna pit. Tunari is pitting, and you have to wonder, what's the strategy behind it? Does he bet for the second safety car later on?
Probably.
Have to be. I mean, has to, because if not that, then what? And we have Zoom in the pits from the softs, so Zoom is probably gonna go for hards. We have some other drivers as well coming in this lap. We do have Zoom, Tunari, we have Gurla, we have Tuge and Crystals, so couple of fellas coming in, and Crystals have to wait for Gurla to get his front wing fixed until he can fix his own, so he's gonna be pretty much in the back. We have safety car deployed, and now we have to wait a couple of laps around the beautiful city of Singapore at night time with some nice lightning up. We can see championship leader leading the pack, Christian, who has went up into P2. Let's take a look at position swaps since the beginning of the Grand Prix. Who has gained the most? Who has lost the most? Of course, Tunari has lost the most. He is P14 at the moment, so that is a huge shame for the McLaren driver. Of course, that's due to a pit stop, but still, it's going to be difficult for him to bring it back if there's not going to be a second safety car, and it would be a shame to lose such a well-fought pole position. I hope he can still bring us something from himself.
Your driver dice is up to P11.
I mean, come on. Are you even surprised at this point? Come on. Damien said that Dice is still in. What do you mean he's still in? Of course he is. He's not going anywhere. What do you mean? Don't you dare disrespect my boy. He's still going, and he will be.
We have 26 laps more. Come on.
And he's gonna race all of them. I can tell you this already. I'm feeling so confident.
You're buying if you win, yes?
Of course. I mean, I'm ready to put my money on him. Why not?
Okay, guys, open up a betting competition right now.
Sign me up for Dice. This guy is going places, let me tell you that. So, at least one more lap of full safety car. I can see that the tail is starting to fall off because Ferraris, McLaren, Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri seems to be catching up already after they were all the way in the back after the pit stops. We're gonna have to take a look at the front of the pack after the restart, but I'm also curious what Tunari is gonna pull off. Being P14, he might make some moves in this traffic. He does have plenty of traffic ahead of him, so he's gonna have to work on that a lot, while the guys in the front will have a battle of their own. So this is definitely good for everybody on hard tires, except for the guys on mediums, which are Roy and Gamer in the top, because mediums are better early on and hards are better as the race progresses. So Gamer and Roy, Red Bull boys, didn't get the best luck with that safety car. And those mediums are going to scrape. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be as well, so at least let's hope for it, because, come on, I know the views are nice, but we can't just sit here and watch 24/7 the streets of Singapore. We're here to watch some battle for the win. Of course, we know who's gonna do it, Dice, but we have to focus on the top boys, so let's not keep us waiting, guys. Come on. Everybody is caught up nicely, nice and tidy. Safety car is in this lap. That's the decision. And now all we have to do is wait for it actually come in. Luke is gonna be restarting. Let's see if he can catch somebody sleeping. That somebody could be Christian. He's gonna have to stay on his tippy toes to not be caught off guard from the championship leader, as the Alpine driver is just focusing, locking in on that Luke's back, while Luke is teasing him, getting slower, faster, slow and faster. And
I'm gonna go on board with Luke.
yeah, but then again, you have to remember that after the restart, you're gonna have to take a look a bit of Christian, because maybe he's gonna make some moves, maybe he'll be overtaken. Let's see. I can see Luke is not gonna keep us waiting. He did cut Christian sleeping a bit off guard, and I can see that Roy's gonna have a bit of trouble because Sakinidi's got a good exit, but not good enough to get a position up. In the meantime, Gamer trying to make a move, gonna back it off for now, but he does seem faster than Sakinides. He's on better tires. Tunari goes up into P13. That's the first overtake for the McLaren on fresh medium tires. And for now, the race order stays the same. Gonna have to look out for some overtakes. Christian does have Roy on his back, while Roy has to worry about Sakinides, who is on worse tires, but he is definitely quick and worth the attention. Oh, we have some overtakes in the back in the meantime. Tunari already P12. The Williams boys are now together between each other, 13th and 14th. I can see that Tunari has some interesting moves while the top stays the same, so why don't we move to McLaren, because Tunari is just gaining position after position. Now he tries to make a move on Dice, but he's going to have to back it off for now because Dice was defending quite nicely in that corner, as Dice has Hudim ahead of him. Can't do much from here. Tunari looking for another overtake opportunity. Goes on the inside of Aston Martin. Bit of contact in between them. Aston Martin bounces off the wall slightly, but he still keeps it on track nicely. Tunari into the inside of Dice, who didn't want to let him through, but unfortunately you're gonna have to make. He is faster, and he just gets forced to go to the right, but now he's gonna have the inside line into that corner, and officially Tunari is up into P11, unless Dice can pull it off from here. No, he couldn't on the worst tires, and I can see Hudim coming into the pits, so Tunari is officially up into P10, and he's gonna try to pull away from the boys on hard tires, so he seems to be safe for now. Luke has already built himself quite a comfortable lead, 1.1 over his opponent, and I can see Dice dropping places. He does go 2 positions lower because of nice Williams move. I can see that Riyad and Zoom are trying to do it nicely. Dice gets himself back up into P12 ahead of Riyad Yamakovic, who is still in there, still in that fight, still mixed in. Can he get him on the inside? Most likely. Nice teamwork from the Williams. Zoom was defending from the right while he was holding left, and now Riyad gets himself back up into P12. Nice fight in the middle we have right now. Oh, that was a slip up from Ferrari of Gurla, who is struggling to keep the car nice and steady. We have interesting fight in the midfield here tonight. Usually the interesting fight is in the top, but tonight the top boys seems to be working a bit together, while the midfield boys are giving us joy and entertainment. Let's see what's going to shift up. Dice has to defend against Tugay now, and Tugay doesn't really want to waste too much time behind him. He's on better tires. Tunari gets up into P9 ahead of Vasco, while Tugay is trying to make a move on Dice, and he does down the inside into the corner as he makes a move. Dice gets a free second time penalty for leaving the track, but you have to wonder, is he going to be cancelled, because he was pushed a bit off the track, but then again, we haven't seen was he actually pushed. Now Dice pushes Gurla, and Dice goes spinning, but he's still in this. He's still not done, so Dice gave us quite a show for a while, but unfortunately the show ends now, and let's try to find the best guys to look out for right now. Who is the closest to getting some moves done? Tunari is 1.4 away from Speedy, so why don't we get back to Tugay, because Tugay is right at the back of Riyad Yamakovic. He's fighting for that P12 against that Williams. Dice has retired from the session in the pits. It still counts. He didn't crash. It still counts. Ooh, Riyad Yamakovic. He was having a bit of slip up of his own, almost went into Tugay. Tugay was lucky, but Riyad was able to hold it under control, and he's now back being up into P12, while Riyad is down.
That was a little bit of a rage quit from Dice.
Come on, don't say it like that. He must be fleeing down. Don't do this thing. I'm sure he had some
I'm
issues.
saying what I'm thinking, mate. I'm not filtering anything.
And I think that he couldn't continue from some reasons. So yeah, we're gonna have our own personal opinion about this. So why don't we take a look at Tunari, because he's already caught up to Mercedes boys, and Tunari is just cutting through the field of traffic as he goes up into P8. Nice move.
Yes,
on,
but the mediums will not last until the end of the race.
Of course, but then again, he didn't went for those mediums to go to the finish line. He is betting on second safety car. Oh, had a bit of a moment, but he still keeps it running. And if he's gonna keep up that pace, and he's gonna be lucky enough to get a second safety car about 5 to 10 laps away from now, he's gonna be on a flyer. Let me tell you that. He is just cutting through the field. Look at the pace on that McLaren. He's already thinking about overtaking Cruiser. He needs a bit of space. Cruiser still has a DRS from Smelto, just barely holding on. Then Tunari switches to the inside, makes a move, done. Simple as that. He's up into P7. Cruiser doesn't really have anything to counterattack with. And now he's gonna focus himself on Smelto. So it's an overtaking festival for Tunari. In the meantime, Vatsize is battling Tilde in the back for P17. That's the closest we have to overtake, except for Tunari, who is just, again, eating the opposition right now. Again, these tires, like you mentioned, will be worse to the finish line. We have to overtake in the top. We got Gamer and Sahinidis exchanging positions, swapping them, and Tunari...
No, Roy is dropped off.
It's Roy. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. So something must have happened to Roy. Yeah, you're right, he was higher, so he's now at P5, but he's not gonna hold it out for much longer, because here comes the Tuna Man in the Papaya car, and he does move up into P5. Yellow flag sector 3. That was caused by, I believe, Ferrari of Crystals. Yes, I am correct.
Roy is bidding.
Or is betting perhaps some kind of damage or just a strategy shift. Anyway, let's try to stick with Tunari, because he's just flying through the field right now. And he's about to begin.
He has damage.
Yeah, you were right. So Roy must have got some kind of slip up. He must have flipped the wall a bit. So a shame for Roy, but again, he's gonna have to pit right now. Crystals has retired in the pit lane, so not gonna happen. Not expecting a safety car anytime soon for now, at least not from this situation. Tunari, who is already getting closer towards Gamer. He's about to be in 1 second gap in between them. This is gonna mean, oh, safety car! And who could have caused that? Let's check those front wings. Who is locking one? The backfield boys all seem to be in place. Weird. Can you see anybody with no front wing? From what I see, everybody does have one. So what happened? What could have caused the safety car? Weird. Have you seen what happens to anybody? Hey.
I don't see anybody with damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. So maybe it was a double yellow, because we have yellow due to Crystals retiring in the pit lane. Maybe somebody else caused the yellow with like a spin, and then it was a full safety, but I don't know. Anyway, that's a second safety car. This is gonna play into the hands of those who started on mediums and still hasn't came into the pits, because now they can go for full hearts and just go to the finish line. I can see that Sahinidis decided to stay out, and you have to wonder, was that a good decision on these all-use hearts? We're gonna find out later on. So Luke is coming in for fresh mediums. Zoom is staying out on used mediums. So is Gurla. Naiko is still on these, well, not really old, but 7 laps old hearts. Luke is gonna come out in P5 on mediums. Christian goes on softs, so he must be betting for a third safety car, if there's no way he can actually bring this to the finish line. Gamer is P7 with fresh hearts, and then everybody from Tunari down to P14 of Riyad Yamakovic are on fresh mediums. Then Tilde on hearts, Vatsize, Roy, and Kurim.
A big gamble from Sahinidis. Maybe he's waiting for. Maybe he's sure we will have another safety car.
Yeah, so it's definitely a risk from Sakinidis. But again, so is Christian taking a risk because he's on softs, and if there's not gonna be a third safety car, this is gonna be very bad for him. So. So we already have 2 safety cars. How many more do you think we're gonna have?
Someone is sleeping.
Yeah, a bit.
You see, you're not like me drinking my drink. Nuts on the side, you know.
Yeah. Yep. So, how do you think? How many safety cars more are we gonna get in this Grand Prix? Because we already have 2, and
I think at least we are gonna have one more.
At least one more.
Yeah.
But how many more?
I think we will have one for sure, but it depends on the aggressiveness of the drivers right now. If they will use how many? Okay, look what you're doing right now. You're giving things for Ocean to talk about. Okay. He's laughing at me.
Yeah. You have some cheers from your buddy Tino, but I can't translate because I'm not that good at your language, unfortunately. But you can check it out later on YouTube chat. I'm not even gonna try to read it because I'm just gonna cause your ears to bleed with my awful Greek, so you can check it out later.
I don't know who Tino is, honestly.
He said you're the best commentary guy, and he said some nice things to you in Greek, probably nice things, so at least he knows.
It's not Greek.
It's not?
These are not Greek.
What is it? Okay. You can translate it later on. Maybe he's saying some nice things, maybe not.
Trolley voice is the Greek one, is Papadimitriou, that is racing on third division. And now, let's see if Sakinidis can defend against Zoom.
Yeah, that's but we still don't got Houdin caught up. I wonder if it's gonna be in this lap or not, because I hope it will be. So we have too much.
I have information. Tino is finished. He used to be esports. He loves you. Thank you very much for the compliment. Safety car in this lap, and I'm gonna go on board with Sakinidis and see how he will restart the race from inside the car. We have everybody piling up behind him.
He's gonna have a hard time. He does.
Zoom is very anxious. He's going side by side. It's not allowed. It's not allowed, Zoom.
Doesn't matter. It's not allowed. He's trying to do the Verstappen thing. He's trying to be the best. Don't blame him for that.
Yes, but the rules are rules. Even for Verstappen.
So he's gonna get a penalty. Too bad.
I am a Verstappen fan, but rules are rules. Okay.
If he's gonna get a penalty, he's gonna get it. If not, it's not. Because Sakinidis is off and we are racing again here in Singapore. Let's see. Sakinidis trying to defend into turn 1 from Zoom. Zoom got a good restart following his enemy, but not the best, not good enough. Challenge for the lead right now, and I can see Luke GDI trying to get ahead of Nico on fresh tires, but unfortunately he can't do it quite yet. Nico having a bit of slip up. Now he's gonna get him around the outside. Yes, he does. Luke up into P4. What a move from the AlphaTauri driver. And so does Christian. Make a move up into P5 on these fresh softs. And Nico is not done losing places because here comes Gamer up into P6. Wow, 3 positions lost before the end of the first lap, and this is not done yet. Look at this. Tunari, his teammate, gets ahead of him, and off he goes into a wall. Third safety car, right?
No, he's not DNF. Safety car!
Yes, safety car. He's not DNF, but he's standing sideways. Most likely wing is off.
He lost his wing.
In a row. Oh, come on. So, at this point, the entire strategy, no matter how many options you had prepared before the race, 2, 3, it's all out the window because this is a third safety car. Doesn't matter. At this point, the guys will be running out of tires. How much more fresh tires do you have that are actually good enough to go to the finish line at this point? You have to be running short at some point.
Maybe that's why Sachididis didn't pit. So he may have fresh tires.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he realizes that there are gonna be 2 more safety cars.
I want to see if he's gonna pit right now. If he's gonna gamble.
Is he gonna
and he's pitting! And he's pitting, yes!
Yeah, he has to. I mean, come on, 13 old laps, hard tires. So, Zoom is staying out. He will be a race leader for a while. But Luke, right behind him, on a way better tires, seems to be going faster than him after the restart. Christian,
and we have a Ferrari of Gurla at the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. So
everybody's speeding back again.
Yeah. I mean, Nico has to come in. He's got 10 laps old hards, but the rest of and they do. Blah. Some of you guys also have front wing damage, so definitely most of them will have to come into the pits as well.
Okay.
In this lap to get
now
fixed.
the couple is from Sakinidis and up front. They are not that for example, Wedges doesn't have that old mediums, but are they gonna be competitive enough for the fresh compound that Sakinidis has?
Damien just said that it's another incredible prediction from you.
It was Nico was a little bit hard on the throttle. That's why he spun a little more than he's supposed to.
Yeah, a bit more than he's supposed to. What do you mean?
Because he would have wobble and he would have saved the car, not hitting the wall. That's what I'm trying to say.
I thought you were saying like Crashgate 2.0 because he spins too hard.
No. The wobble will be manageable. So he would have saved the car from hitting the wall.
Absolutely. So, third safety car of the night. Unfortunately and most likely not the last one we're gonna see here tonight. I hope it's the last one, goddammit, but yeah, who knows?
It's Singapore, mate, come on!
I mean, I know, but I can't stand fourth one. Like, 3 is the most I can get. Like, come on. At this point,
basically, you don't want to have safety cars because you want the race to finish soon.
This and the fact we're running out of things to talk about. Like, how's your weather? Because I have no idea what to ask anymore about the race.
Imagine if at the last 10 laps you have rain starting.
Come on, that's
cruel from me. Yes, I know. That's why I'm called Babula's mate. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. I feed from the fear of others.
Yeah, I could tell. So,
come on. You can tell.
Okay, theoretically,
yes.
If we're not gonna have a safety car to the finish line, who's on the best tire situation? Luke, Christian, or Gamer? Medium, hard, softs. What is the best to the finish line right now?
I haven't run the track this year, so I don't know what the degradation is. But the best case scenario is for Gamer.
You think mediums are not going to be so good for a long run?
It's for example, Sahinidis is the one with the most fresh compound, okay? And he still has 15 laps go. Imagine, for example, Tunari, he has 15 laps and 4 laps right now, 19 laps. Is the degradation that much that can survive the puncture?
Yeah.
That's the question, because I haven't raced it. I don't know what the degradation is.
Okay, so
Zoom.
Safety car is in this lap. Let's see.
Let's go on board.
Yeah, if I were to put my money on it, I would say that Zoom is not gonna survive in the lead for long, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm mistaken. Let's see. What can the Williams driver do? He's gonna catch Luke sleeping because he doesn't go off yet. Luke was thinking about it. Now he goes off, and Luke is right behind him. He doesn't. Come on, cheeky little guy. He was holding him for a long, but it wasn't enough, because here comes Luke. Dale gonna back it off, not quite yet. He likes to take his time, he knows he's fast, doesn't have to overrush. Well, Christian gonna have to put pressure on Luke. Luke is already gonna do it, not quite yet. Oh, maybe no, he's not gonna overtake the Williams driver yet. Now he's gonna try to go to the right to get the move around the outside. Christian is coming in, joining that fight as well. Zoom doesn't have too many options from here, and he's gonna lose 2 places in 1 corner from Luke.
3 places in 2
Christian,
corners.
3 places. Yeah, here comes Gamer to join the party.
Here comes Tonari again.
Yeah, it's not done yet. It's nowhere near close to be done. Yellow flag in the back. Ferrari is down to P18. That's Gurla. Thankfully, no safety car for the 4th time. 17 laps deep into the Grand Prix. And now, how far can Luke pull away from Christian despite being on worse tires than Christian? He seems to be going faster. He is pulling away for now from that Alpine. He's trying to get him on the main straight. Christian is faster. I mean, come on, he will be losing places. He's on the worst tires. So, oh, he's slipping. He is sliding around. And the most he can do right now is just get to the pit stops, because that staying out was not the best idea. Maybe he's going to try to go for Mercedes. No, doesn't even have enough grip to do so. Well, that was not the best choice for Zoom. He does stay out, but I won't say it's the best choice for now. Yeah, so we can stay in the midfield for now, because the top boy seems to be doing just fine without any wheel-to-wheel combat, except for Tonari, who is trying to throw a challenge to Gamer on better tires, but Zoom is in a way more interesting situation. Tugay is about to make the move done, and he does go up.
Sachilidis overtakes Zoom.
Yeah, another overtake on Zoom. Sachilidis with a move. He's on the freshest set of tires right now. Tonari and Gamer swapping positions back and forth, and it's still Gamer in P3. In the meantime, Basco gets himself up ahead into P10 ahead of Zoom. So since we know Zoom is just gonna drop places, why don't we shift our camera to Tonari? Because Tonari, despite the fact he's on the better tires, can't quite get Gamer, because Gamer is defending nicely. But despite this fact, he's still on better tires, should be faster than Gamer any moment now. So McLaren is just looking at that Red Bull, trying to get past him as soon as possible. He knows that Gamer will be on the best tires until the finish line. Zoom drops another, not 2, but 3 places towards Riyadh, Pudim and Tilde, and Naiko and Vatsai. So it's a lot of places dropped for Zoom, unfortunately.
It is critical in this game to know when to pit, to know when your competition will have a better grip and a better performance on your tires. So I think Zoom miscalculated.
Yeah, Christian has the fastest lap right now. He is quick, he's fighting Luke, but let's be honest, if there's not going to be a safety car to the finish line, which is possible, but not has to be happen, he will not beat Luke to the finish line. We have overtaken the midfield. Sachilidis goes up into P8 ahead of Tugay, while Tonari is still trying to figure out, how do I get past that Red Bull? How do I get ahead of that R-Gamer, who is still in my way on the worst tire set? There he goes, using a lot of energy, but he gets the move done. Now Gamer has still plenty of battery to spare. Does he fight right now to burn these tires of that McLaren, or does he follow him and then gets him while he has a chance?
If I was at Gamer's position, I would follow him.
Yeah, but there is a risk, because Smeltel's Speedy and Cruiser and Sachilidis are right behind him, so there's always a risk that these guys on still better tires, those mediums.
Yes, but they won't last. That's the problem. They won't last. At the end of the game, Gamer will have better tires. So it's better for him to follow than fight.
Come on, you're forgetting it's a league race. Every position drop means you have to win this back, and trying to win the position back in the league race could result in a DNF. So it's not the best decision to go behind somebody. So every position is going to lose. He's going to have to win this back eventually, and it's not going to be that easy. So,
okay, Ocean Chief is threatening me.
Whoa, what?
He says he will end me.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Sachilidis goes up into P7 as Cruiser is trying to pass Smelto, but he can't quite get the move done. I can see that Luke has pulled away from Christian, so the only hope for Christian to stick behind Luke until the safety car is now basically dead. Unless the second safety car pops up, Luke could pick up the win here at Singapore if nothing is going to take it away from him, his own mistake or the opposition. Tonari still P3, followed by this whole train of cars, starting in P3. It's
Now I
finished in
know.
P9.
Oceanship says Tonari will win.
Tonari would win. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to wait and find out.
Sahinidis is closing the gap from Land Cruiser.
Yeah. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Naiko has retired, and that's, of course, going to bring out a safety. Fourth one here tonight. Why not? Why not? Yeah. So, Christian's hopes for the win are still up. I mean, at this point, everybody can pick up a win because... No, not everybody, sorry. The ones who left softs for now are the favorite to win. I'm pretty sure Luke has fresh softs. Tonari, I think he does have fresh softs. Christian, I don't think so. Gamer, he might have fresh softs.
Let's see who's gonna bid. Ooh, a lot of people bidding.
So, yeah, the only one who stayed out is Gamer, which is understandable. He was on the hard compound, and Sahinidis on the best mediums, of course, understandable. And Hudim, I guess it's a bit of a gamble from him. Oh, we got 2 penalties. Riyadh and somebody else got a 5-second penalties for pit lane speeding. Who was that again? Riyadh and who? Let me check a look. It was Riyadh and Speedy. Yeah, both of these guys got penalties for speeding in the pit lane. Zoom gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Okay, I mean, why not? So, 10 laps to go. Gamer leading on old hards. Then 2 free guys on older mediums.
And we were left with 7 laps.
And now, yeah. Oh yeah, because safety car is still going. Yeah, you're right. And you know what? Chief was right. Look at this. Tonari is on fresh softs, while Luke is on mediums.
Yes, he's on the fresh softs, but he is on P8. And in front of him, he is Christian and Luke. I don't think Christian and Luke will let him pass.
I'm not saying they're going to let him pass, but if he will overtake him, they won't have too much choice, to let him pass or not. He's just going to do it.
No. Nobody passes. You shall not pass. That's my motto.
That's your motto, but is it Christian and Luke? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm feeling pretty confident about Tonari. I mean, that qualifying performance, now the best tires left for the final run. He's in a pretty good spot. He has to take care of the Luke and Christian, and then the traffic. It would be crazy if Gamer would win this race from out of nowhere because of that safety car and him staying out. It would be ridiculous.
If Gamer, in order to win, he has to put Sahinidis and Houtimakos between him and the other cars.
Damien just gave us an info that Riyadh's penalty will not be applied because he was hit in the penalty. He was hit in the pitting area while he was coming in the pits. So Riyadh does not technically have that 5-second time penalty. So he's still in the fight for points. So I hope it's gonna be in this lap, but we still have to go this whole lap. So
I think 2 laps will be.
You think 2 more laps?
Yes.
Come on.
Because we have the Haas in the pits.
Why is the Haas in the pits?
And behind the Haas there are 2 more cars. So I don't think they will be close enough until the end of Sector 2. That's why I said 7 laps.
Sorry. Riyadh hit Speedy. Sorry, I was missed on that one. So Riyadh does have a penalty. Speedy will not have a penalty because Riyadh hits Speedy coming into the pit lane. So Speedy will have his penalty taken off. Okay, that's the thing. So, why don't you give...
I think one more lap will be.
Yeah. Give us some topics. Come on. What do we talk about? Come on, Babulas. Think about something.
I don't want to talk about a lot of things because Ocean is watching, and he's threatening me, so I'm afraid of my life. He's
If
the
if he's
boss upstairs.
threatening you,
Yes, he will end me.
if
He
he's
said that.
if he's threatening you, blink twice. We'll call some help.
So 7 laps to go, basically. No.
Yeah. No. How was your math? Come on. Come on, mate.
No. It will be 7 laps with 4 laps for DRS.
Yeah. It's like back in the day in preschool. It's like, if the race is 31 laps and they've done 23, how many more until the finish line?
I don't know
That
why Zoom
depends
is
on the
not
safety.
closing the gap.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to be going slowly, and he got a penalty, track limits. I guess he's going that fast that he's breaking the laws. So, yeah.
And Richard is pitting.
Yeah, Riyad is in the pits, but he's just doing that penalty, so most likely only because of that he's coming in the pits right now. He's gonna put up fresh softs. So do you think in this
I
lap it's
think
gonna be
he
fine?
removed the penalty.
Yeah, he did. Removed his penalty.
And we don't forget that Zoom has the drive-through.
The Crawley voice just said that the fresh soft runners, basically fresh tire runners, will eat the top 5 easily.
Yes,
Could be
but
happening.
okay, you have a point. The fresh compound, we know it's overpowered right now, but Luke has to fight Gurla.
Yes.
Okay, Gurla is not an easy target, guys. Sorry to say that. I think Gurla will put up a big fight to retain his position.
It doesn't sound like you wanted to say he puts up a big fight. It sounded like you wanted to say something worse about it. Come on, what's on your mind? What do you mean?
No, he will put up a fight to keep his position. That's what I would do.
Is this fight for position gonna end up in a DNF? What do
I
you
don't
think?
know. Don't mess
I don't
around with
know.
me. So you want to have to find out.
Okay. And now
Simple
you're
as that.
threatening me, so Ocean is threatening you and you are threatening me, so it's a little triangle, okay? So, safety car in this lap. Our gamer is gonna be restarting with how many laps to go? I don't know, my head is steaming from these safety cars. Like 7, 8, something like that. I'm not that good at math. I am good at watching the cars go brum brum on Singapore streets. As gamer seems to be getting ready for the restart. He's still going slowly, sneaking in just like a little snake, trying to find the best spot to go full deep on the throttle, pull away, and use the people behind him as a traffic for the guys on fresh tires. Is the only thing he can do now. This, and pray to God. Let's see if the gods will listen to him. Gamer is going full throttle in. The green flag is up. We're racing in Singapore, hopefully to the finish line. And it's Gamer defending into turn 1. He's still leading, but Sakinidis is trying to get the best of him. Let's take a look at the guys on fresh tires, which are Luke and the rest. Luke is already trying to make a move on Gurla. Let's see if you were right, and Gurla does defend nicely, but Luke is just so much faster, and he goes round the outside, overtaking him. He's not the only one. Tunari gets a move done as well. Yellow flag in the back. Tugay is all out of shape. He's in the back, and now Tunari has issues with not only Gurla, but also Christian, who was trying to get a piece of that as well. Luke pulls away nicely. He's already thinking about overtaking Tilde, while Gurla is still side by side with Tunari, who is now away. Christian, he does make a move on Gurla as well, and Gurla is just going to keep losing places. So it was true, the guys on fresh tires are eating the top 5. Gamer can't pull away from Sakinidis, Hudim, and that means Luke is just around a corner to overtake Houdin. So Luke is in a very comfortable spot. All he has to do is just overtake a couple of way slower guys on worse tires, and he's gonna win this Grand Prix. He's going inside on that Alpine, and they will make contact. No, that was a good one in between them. Houdin went off track, unfortunately. He's gonna get a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to allow Luke to
I
make
think
a maneuver on
Hoodimakos
him.
did what he's supposed to do.
Ooh, Hudim, he gets back, but he pushes Luke off the track, and you have to wonder, is Luke gonna keep that position? Luke gives position back to Hudim, and that's gonna cause him to drop position to Tonari. This is getting more interesting with every lap. Look at it, to turn 1, Tonari, Luke, oh my god, Luke is out! Luke is out! Championship leader sideways after turn 1. This is gonna shift up everything in the race and the championship. Oh my goodness me. That was so risky going into turn 1. 3 men wide. Tonari, Christian and Luke, and Roy has retired. He's out. Roy has crashed. So many things going on in this lap 25. Tonari gets up into P3. Christian is P4. Hudim gets dropped to P5 and he's now defending. Tonari is racing for the win, but for now it's between Sahinidis and our gamer. They have 2.4 gap over Tonari, but Tonari is just eating that gap like a small little breakfast, and he's about to be going for the win with 6 laps left in this Grand Prix. Oh my god, so many things happening right now. Luke goes down to P14. He's not out of the fight for points, but surely out of the fight for win and podium. So the podium is still open. The win situation is still open. Christian, Tonari, oh, big crash! Big crash in the back. Hudim, Smelto hit each other's safety car. 5th one. This is gonna shake up everything. Gamer is in the front. Does he have fresh softs? If Gamer has fresh softs, he's staying out. This
Yeah,
might
of
be
course
good.
you are gonna
This
stay out.
must be good.
You're gonna have only 2 laps to go.
Oh, Sakinidis is coming in. This might be a mistake. This might be a mistake. Sakinidis was 2nd on mediums, and he's now gonna be out of the points. And you have to wonder, was that a good decision?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Oh my god.
Damien said something in the chat that I totally agree with, but due to legal reasons, I'm not allowed to say it out loud, so you can just read it for yourself. Anyway, Gamer leading with 14 laps old hearts. If this guy's gonna win this race like that, I'm sure he will be the driver of the day. I mean, come on. He's just surviving everything they've thrown at him. He betted for like 2 safety cars and he got 5. And he's still driving there like a king. But Tonari is also a strong candidate, starting pole position out of nowhere. Now he's 2nd, fighting for that win. I mean, Tonari will win.
Damien, that's your punishment, mate. Because of your comments. That's the punishment you get for saying those things.
Oh,
5 out of 5 safety cars.
5 safety. Is that like a record? Is there like the book of records for SLR? How many safety cars we get in one race?
I don't know, mate.
I'm sure 5 is somewhere near the record. Come on. How much more can you get? Like Monaco, maybe.
You can't get more than 5.
Yeah, but I mean, 5 in 26 laps. We're not talking about like 55 laps race. We're talking 31.
The one that should know right now is Ocean with the help of the admins.
Yeah, maybe. So, how many laps we're gonna have of racing? Because lap 26 is nowhere near coming in. Lap 27 is next lap. It's gonna come next lap, right?
So you're, let's say 28 will start and 3 laps. You don't have the DRS after that.
Yes.
You don't have the DRS until the end of the race.
Do we? Wait, because we're gonna have... It's 27 now. 28, it's gonna be restarted. So 28 of racing, 29, 30, 31. 4 laps of racing. So we will have for 1 more lap, right? Or 2 more laps. Wait. The DRS opens after how many laps? 2 laps? I don't know. My brain is frying
30, 1 lap. 1 lap.
My brain is just frying at this point, so... how long have we been here? Since, what, 2 hours? Not quite yet. But
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Seems, you think it's longer, yes?
I have no idea.
Naiku, welcome. Go Tuna. They're cheering up to Nari.
Is he acoustic? No, I am dense. I am not acoustic. If you hit me on the head, I'm not gonna make a banging sound. So. Wow. Gamer leading 15 laps old Hearts, Tunari, Fresh Softs, Christian, Cruiser, Speedy, Fresh Mediums, Basco, Fresh Softs. Then they're split by Tilde with 12 laps old Mediums, and then the boys on Fresh Softs and Sahinidis on Fresh Mediums. So basically anybody from P6 to P-Win is still racing for the win in this Grand Prix. There's nobody who can safely say from the top 6 that they have no chance of winning.
Don't forget the penalties.
Of course. I mean, looking at the penalties right now, top 6 is without those penalties because we remember that Speedy will have his penalty taken away.
Rija,
no,
Vessels.
I told you that Speedy will not have a penalty. You didn't listen to me. I told you from the chat that Speedy will have his penalty taken away from him because he was pushed into the pit lane by Riyad Yamakovic, and this is why he got a 5-second speeding in the pit lane. And that's why he will not get the penalty.
Okay.
And I am not Italian.
I am removing Speedy. Come on, we have 2 more people in the in the top with penalties. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm trying to focus on top 6. I can't focus
and
on top 15.
Gamer started the race.
Yes, Gamer.
Let's see what Tunari gonna do.
Oh, nice start from Gamer. He's pulling away nicely from Tunari, but let's be honest, how much more can he hold on? Because Tunari on Fresh Soft is about to eat him unless Christian can do something against Tunari, but I don't think he can because Tunari is just so much faster than Gamer. Look at him go around the outside. Fresh Soft advantage. There it is. Tunari is once again leading the Grand Prix. Christian goes alongside them. It's going to be 3-man wide. Tunari seems to be getting into the lead. Gamer alongside him. Gamer goes to the outside. Use Hearts. Done it! What a move from the Red Bull driver. But now he's going to try the inside line. Is he going to close the door on him? Not quite enough. Tunari with a beautiful fight against our Gamer. They're still going at it. Tunari is now leading comfortably. And now Christian tried to make a move on Gamer. Gamer bounced off the wall a bit. This must have left some kind of scar on Gamer. Oh, again colliding with the wall. Gets a 3-second time penalty as well. And I'm pretty sure that this sealed the fact that Tunari is going to go for the win unless Christian can do some magic or Tunari will make a mistake of his own because Tunari is zooming out of there on Fresh Softs. Gamer with 3-second time penalty allows the podium to be settled between them. Speedy now gets an actual penalty because those 3 seconds will not be taken away. So, Gamer, Christian, Cruiser, Speedy, Riyad Yamakovic all fighting for the podium, and Christian gets himself up into P2. Cruiser trying to get up into P3, but it doesn't really have to because Gamer has a penalty, which means that at this point Tunari would win the race if it stays like that. Christian will be on 2nd place, and Cruiser P3. Cruiser makes an official overtake on Gamer. He's now P3, as Gamer is down at P4, Speedy P5, Riyad P6. Basco would be going P4 if it stays like that due to all the penalties ahead of him. So that is quite interesting sight for the Haas driver, who is P7 and might even finish P4 after the penalties will be applied if he stays close to the rest of the boys in the front. The win situation is basically sealed. Tunari is getting out of there, 1.3 worth of gap. I mean, Christian is doing his best. He is trying to stay as close as possible to the McLaren. Maybe he can even get into the DRS zone by burning the battery down. But is he going to have enough pace to the final meters? I mean, those softs of Tunari are pretty much used. 8 laps old are no joke. And Christian will have a tire advantage on the final moments of the race.
Sahinidis is gaining positions.
Oh, Basco made a huge mistake. Basco is down to P9 after going too wide, and Sahinidis is going up into P7, and he's still racing for P4 due to all the penalties that will be applied ahead of him. So that is a great situation for Alfa Romeo driver now, and I can see that the win situation is very much open because Tunari lost all his pace from the beginning of these softs, and now Christian and Cruiser are joining the battle. 3-men fight for the win with 2 laps left to go. DRS is open, but not in this DRS zone. Christian is the fastest man on this track right now, and he might be winning this Grand Prix, but he has to firstly pass Tonari and then survive him and Cruiser. This is going to be difficult. This is amazing. We had a beautiful qualifying session. We have great race in Singapore despite 5 safety cars. We're still having a beautiful fight to the finish line. Christian seems to be setting his sights on the McLaren of Tonari. Can he get the move done? Not quite yet. Tonari's defending nicely.
Sahinidis overtook 2 places.
Yeah, Sahinidis getting up into P5. What is going on in this race? Too much action in the front. Gamer gets down to P6 at this point in time. Christian still sitting behind Tonari. Is it patience? Is it calm and collectiveness? Or is this... I forgot the word in English, but is this... the fact that he can't get past the McLaren? He's gonna have a DRS now. He surely has to pass him. He surely has to pass him unless he doesn't want to give him the DRS on the main straight. What is gonna happen? Sector 2 yellow flag because we've lost a driver down to the bottom, but Christian's going for it. Not enough space. Yes, just enough space. Christian is now leading the Singapore Grand Prix, but Tonari is not done yet. He's gonna try to make a move to the inside. No, he's gonna back it off. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but this could lose Tonari the race. He will have a DRS though, but it's going to be difficult to regain this gap, especially the fact that Cruiser is right behind him, and Cruiser might be going into turn 1 following McLaren. Tonari stays second for now, and Cruiser is still P3. That is so close towards each other. We are still racing for the win. Final lap of this Grand Prix. Christian tries to pull away from Tonari. They're going to have one more DRS zone here and one more to the finish line. What is Tonari going to do? Not enough pace to get himself out of the Alpine driver. Everybody is burning down their battery to a bare minimum to finish the race. Absolutely amazing action here in Singapore. But Christian has done that final lap flawless. And unless they're going to use that DRS on the main straight good enough, he's not going to lose that. So Christian entering second sector. Now he just can't make a mistake. All he has to do is just finish this lap. Another DRS zone ahead of them, but Tonari is 0.8 behind him. I don't think he has enough pace to get him, does he? Very long straight. Tonari getting a DRS. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's going to be enough for the McLaren or the Mercedes to get close to the Alpine, who is leading the race. Tonari made the biggest surprise of the qualifying session, as he won it from nowhere, but it's going to be Christian who's going to pick up a victory after Luke was taken out of the race. He seemed like a favorite, but after he was out, it all went to the boys, and Christian is on top of the world here tonight in Singapore. He wins this Singapore Grand Prix. Tonari is on second place, Ron Cruiser on podium, Sakinidis P4, Speedy P5, Gamer 6, but he gets dropped towards 6 for favor of Luke, who is going up into P5. That is a great comeback drive from all the way to the bottom to P5. Hudim P7, Speedy P8, Riyadh P9, Zoom P10. The results still might alter due to penalties, but those are the final standings for tonight. Leave the top 10. Wow. So, yeah, that was amazing, especially those 5 safety cars. So, why don't you take it from here? Do we have any interviews in an interview section? If we do...
The race hasn't finished. The race hasn't finished yet.
Come on, I know they're battling for the final position, but at this point, I'm just not able to get out. I don't even have breath.
He's running away from us, guys.
Come on, keep commenting. I don't have breath to do it. Come on, finish the race.
I don't want to talk because I will be toxic to Ocean because he was saying Tonari is going to win, but Tonari didn't win, Ocean. Well, he didn't win. Why? Why? Anyways, I think the biggest mistake anybody made was Sahinidis for pitting the last safety car, and that gave the others. You will make it so FIA will give penalty to Christian. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
In the race, okay. Nobody cares about the FIA.
What do you mean?
I don't care about FIA. The results say Christian. I don't know what the FIA will do, but anyways, As I said, the biggest loser to me is Sagnitos because he pitted for a fresh set of mediums.
But who's the driver of the day? Who's the driver of the day, though?
That's a bit difficult.
I mean,
you have Run Cruiser from P8 to P3, but you have Hoodimagos from P15 to P7.
Yeah, that is a good pick.
So I would go for Hoodimagos.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you because that was a great drive from him. I don't see too many interviews here for tonight, and I don't really have much time to get those done. If there were any, then our lovely co-host would take it from here. But I'm gonna say goodbye from here on out. Babulas will finish the stream here tonight. He's got that job covered. So thank you for staying with us for Singapore for Tier 2. And see you next week for the next Grand Prix. Sorry, next week is Christmas. What am I talking about? So, happy Merry Christmas, everybody in SLR and further less. And yeah, have some nice fun. Have some nice.
And we have tomorrow the first division, the Tier 1.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be there most likely, so I'm gonna say my goodbyes right now and my wishes. So Merry Christmas to everybody watching, and not only, and Happy New Year from here on out. And see you later in 2024. Bye.
Bye. And I don't think we have people joining the interview channel. So basically, this is it, as I can see. So we have tomorrow the first division, the last race before Christmas, and we are waiting to see even more competition piling up. And the thing is, I'm wishing for a rain race. It's my favorite track, and even though I haven't finished a lot of times in Singapore, rain is something that gives extra spicy content in results. So I don't see anybody joining for the interviews. For those that watched us today and like what you saw, please hit the follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, and you will be notified when we go live each week. Showing our social media, our Twitter, our TikTok, or you may join our Discord to participate in the championship. So until tomorrow, I think it will be Tipsy Bob and Dorsian that will host the race. Have a nice night and enjoy your weekend. From Babulas, have a good night.